Welcome to a new video, and today we're going to be reacting to Llama Art. Shout out to her or he and Mr. Nightmare. What she does just makes animations out of it. Okay, and with my brother we're going to do this together, so let's do this. Which one should we react to?
How about
True camping stories?
no?
14. Go on, pick one.
I know. There is a scary one, I know. Where are you? It's something in a barn.
I don't think I could find that in time.
I think it's up here. I think I saw it in... No.
We'll be back when we... So we're going to find it, but we'll put this. I'll try to watch it all. If we can't, we'll make another video watching it. Okay? So...
Get it on.
Let's see if his is enough scary. I watched this about a year ago and I forgot all... I think it was
just
not a year ago.
To sing and pursue
No.
a career in music.
As quietly as possible.
I don't know how long I watched it ago, but I totally forgot everything. Well, I think so. Oh, totally. I don't even remember the part we just sing. 53 minutes long. Yeah, I won't be able to watch that. Only about 14 minutes. That's all I'll be able to make for now.
I was looking for a car to buy for my son for his 18th birthday. I was searching all the typical car websites, cars.com, eBay Motors. They were all overpriced as expected. Craigslist was the only place to find an actual deal. About a week into my search, I found an '03 Toyota Camry. It had 67,000 miles, no accidents, no damage, in good condition for only $3,500. This seems like a steal for such a reliable car with such low mileage. The seller lived about 10 miles from me, which was a reasonable drive when looking for a car. I gave him a call to set up a time to come check it out. The man sounded normal on the phone. He assured me that there were absolutely no problems with the car. He introduced himself as Bob. I brought along $3,500 in cash, even though I planned on wiggling down the price as much as possible.
Wait, that guy kind of looks like the guy from
I pulled
Silent
up the
Hill.
dirt road to Bob's property about 15 minutes early. It was a tiny little house with a decent-sized property, only because I was a bit far from the nearest neighbors. The garage was open, so I walked over to see if anybody was inside, but except for an unusual
We
amount
don't
of
like
car
horror
parts,
things,
it
but
was
I'll
empty.
do it for you
The
guys.
car was nowhere in sight. The only car on the property was an old pickup truck. I went over to the front door to check the house numbers.
When that
Was the
noise
right
comes
address.
on, I know a
The
jump
doorbell
scare or
button
something's
was
going to
missing,
happen.
so I knocked on the front door. I knocked for exactly 5 minutes before deciding to give the man a call. So I dialed his number and I heard the sound of a cell phone ringing from inside the house. I was extremely confused at this point. Now I knew I had the right house. I didn't understand why, if he was home, why he wasn't answering. I decided I had to take a peek through one of the windows to see if anybody was inside. Peering through the glass, I couldn't really see much as it was pretty dark inside the house. I saw a very old-fashioned dining room set, but across from that, I saw somebody standing at the back door of the house, staring outside. I figured that must have been Bob, so I knocked on the window, but he didn't even move. There was no gate or anything to the backyard. It was just a wide-open yard, since this wasn't a rural area. I simply walked around the house to the backyard. I didn't understand how he couldn't hear
I
me.
want to do that. He's not
When I
coming
got
out.
to the back door,
I'm going
I
straight
made a
home.
shocking realization. The
Well,
figure
you never know
standing
what you
by
would
the
do. You
door
say you
was a
would do it.
taxidermied human being. I ran straight back the way I came and back to my car.
This isn't dark.
I looked up one last time before driving off.
Okay, scoot on.
The blinds
I'll let you
to
go and
window
do
I
some on the
peeked
ground
into
now.
had been shut.
Scoot,
I
scoot,
could
yep.
see two of the
Yep.
blinds bent
He's
open.
keeping me out.
Somebody was at that window watching me.
Okay. Oh,
You can probably guess I had the gas pedal
that
to the
feels
floor
so
the whole way home.
scary.
The whole situation still makes no sense. All the car
When I
parts,
saw that
the
and I
fact
heard
that there was no
noise, I
Toyota
felt the
Camry,
face.
the
I saw
taxidermied
it.
human
I
being,
knew I was
the
going to
fact
get
that there
on
was
my
no car
underwear.
there leaving leads me to believe
Well, not
that whoever that man wasn't planning on selling me anything. And that also leads to the disturbing thought that I was very close to becoming a lifeless statue staring out that man's back door.
Please don't do it, Dad. Come on, bro. It's cool, but I'm scared. Vintage XX. I watched this one about a week ago, so yeah.
Really deep websites. I was in a chat room where people normally shared links to deeper websites and weird pictures and videos, commonly illegal pornography. Some guy named Vintage XXX posted a link without describing what it was. I clicked on it, and it took me to a black screen where a big video box eventually popped up with a play button.
I don't like to go to those websites.
The video thumbnail was a dark room, only lit by a TV screen. Out of curiosity, I clicked play, and began to hear the sound of TV static in the background as lines of static slowly swam down the video screen. There was no seek bar on this video. Then, I noticed something slowly begin to emerge from behind the wall. It was a figure dressed in all black with some kind of black mask on as well. I started to suspect it was a jump scare video, and I thought I was right when the figure leaped out and ran to the screen in less than a second. It still got me, even though I was expecting it, but then it got strange. The person had their face in front of the screen, slowly moving around as if he could see me and was observing me. Then I heard a crackly, demonic voice say something. It came from the video. It repeated itself, and I could make the phrase out to be, "Ask me something." I was really confused. I tried typing something, but there was nowhere to enter text. Then he said, "No, not the keyboard. Say something." I felt my heart punch the inside of my chest as he said this. I opened my mouth and mumbled the words, "You can hear me?" It responded with, "Yes." I was uncomfortable now. I thought it was a video. I pressed pause, but it didn't do anything.
I will never...
He said, "Don't try to leave. I want to talk."
I think
I tried moving the mouse to the exit button, but the mouse was frozen. In fact, none of the keys were responding on my keyboard.
I don't have to be off it. I just don't have to go to
this
this
website. Before my webcam began flashing as if it were on, and my face popped up on the screen. "There, I got a picture of you now. Now just hang on while I get your address, and then we can meet." I started to panic, smashing every key on the keyboard, spazzing the mouse, but it did nothing. I had my finger on the power button, but it also didn't do anything. The computer wouldn't turn off. The voice was saying crazy things like, "You're stuck here. I will find you. Don't even bother." I snatched the screwdriver sitting on my desk, unscrewed the 4 screws on the bottom of my laptop, and took out the battery. The computer finally turned off. I was gasping for air as if I just ran a marathon.
If you didn't?
My heart was pounding 5 times as fast as it should have. I have since left my laptop off after that,
I just
and have
looked at my
resorted to
logo
using my desktop as my main computer.
And
I'm sure by now nothing will happen. He definitely didn't have enough time to get my address.
I'm so happy for all of those. I really asked for them yesterday, and they were...
It was very common for me to be home alone at night,
Christmas
as I only lived with my dad,
hopefully
and
Joel
his
didn't
shifts
die.
would
That's all I
constantly
want.
shift from days to nights.
We hashtag
This
down the
happened around the
comments for
time my
Joel.
dad was doing night shifts.
Hashtag Joel.
I would stay up really late on these nights watching movies. It's always taken me a long time to fall asleep, so after turning off the TV to go to sleep, I probably laid there for a good half hour. Then I heard a toy fall over in my toy closet. It was nothing too suspicious, but it still creeped me out. But then the doorknob to my closet started to wiggle, until finally unlocking the door. I hid under my covers, not making a sound. It was strangely quiet for a good 2 minutes, so I finally peeked my head out of the covers. There was a figure standing next to my
Why
bed,
is it
looking down
because
at
we
me.
got no other
I
room?
screamed at the top of my lungs,
Oh,
began
no.
hugging the wall behind me. The figure
That
looked
looks
out
like
the
something
window
that
and
I
then just
know,
walked
but-
away out of the room.
Gas mask?
I stayed in that position for like an hour before checking if he was really gone. The front door was left wide open, so it seemed he had left.
I saw a guy
I
like
didn't
that,
get a minute of sleep
like
that night.
in something.
Yeah, I would not get sleep if I saw that too. The whole night.
This story is from the point of view of a
At night,
16-year-old
my parents
girl.
don't leave us alone, only
I
like
used
in
to
the
have a
day.
boy living next door to me
But
that
not
was
in the
obsessed
night,
with me.
so they never really-
His name was Joey. Every time I would go outside, Joey would come outside as well, as if he were watching me through his windows, waiting for me.
Oh no.
He was 17 and very weird, and he didn't seem to have any friends, as he was always home. I tried to give every sign possible that I didn't like this guy, but he wouldn't get the message. So I had to finally just tell him one day that I don't like him and to leave me alone. The look on his face that day is something that won't leave me. It was the kind of angry look a toddler gives their parents when they can't have a toy. Coming from a 17-year-old, that's much more disturbing. One night, my parents left me to watch the house. I was working on a school project when I felt my bed shift a little bit. I looked under my bed.
Oh,
I screamed as I saw
you don't have
Joey
to put the
laying under
noise
my
at
bed.
least.
I ran away while
We
he
don't
tried
have
to crawl out
a
from
bed
under
that
my bed.
like has something
I
like
ran
that
to
with
his
my
house
dad.
and rang
I
the
never
bell
had
at
one
least
like
10
that.
times,
Telling my
telling his
mom and
parents
dad.
about it when
But
they
now my
opened the
dad
door.
has a bed like that.
Joey never came out of my
Okay,
house,
okay.
so I called the police. His
The
parents
other bed
begged
broke.
me not to,
It was
but
like
I
the one
ignored
with it
them.
filled with air.
The police found him still
Joey,
in my
look
room and
like your
arrested
dad.
him. Apparently, he admitted this wasn't the first time he had hid under my bed. They also found pictures of me scattered across his room. The most disturbing one was of me sleeping, and it was taken from inside my room.
It looks really bad when she's sleeping. It looks really bad. If I found a picture in somebody's backpack of me sleeping, I would go to the principal and
Working
tell
the
him to
night
call the
shift
cops
always
instantly.
sucked. I work in an office building and would constantly do the night shifts since it was the only time it would work out for me. I was just about always the only person on the floor I worked on, possibly in the whole building.
I really don't like dark
There would always be a
places.
kind of eerie feeling to being in such a big building with most
This
of the
still
lights
looks
out
like the
and
guy from
absolutely
Silent
no one
Hill.
around. But on the upside,
this
it was
way,
peaceful and less stressful,
Yep,
and I was able to get a lot of work done.
Yep, Silent Hill.
There was this one night, though. It was a Friday night,
so
around
weird.
2 in the morning.
It's not
I
weird.
was typing away
like
on my
Easter egg,
keyboard
probably.
when I heard a noise from outside my cubicle. It sounded like just a random crack from the walls or something. It's unusual in this building, but I didn't get too concerned about it. I resumed typing away and was once again interrupted by a sound. This time, the sound of a computer starting up. It caught me off guard. I was sure that nobody else was working the night shift. I stood up on my chair to get a view over the cubicle walls. The glare of a computer screen in the dark was visible in a cubicle on the opposite side of the room. Then I did something stupid, something I regret. I asked if there was anybody there in a yell, hoping to get an answer from a fellow employee. But instead, I saw the glaring light of the computer monitor across the room turn off, and there was once again nothing but darkness on that side of the room. I started getting nervous. I turned off the lamp and computer screen so that I wouldn't give away my position to whoever that was. I crouched down and tiptoed out across to a nearby cubicle. There was just utter silence. I sat waiting for something to happen for God knows how long, but I eventually decided the coast was clear. I tiptoed down past all the cubicles until I reached the opening near the exit door to the stairs and elevators, and that's when I realized that my fearful suspicion was true. There was a man crouched down behind a plant in the corner of the room, dressed in all black. I felt my heart sink as I noticed him.
I just
But it didn't
noticed
seem
every
like he knew that I
time he
noticed him.
sees it dressed in
I turned back to the stairway door. There was no way I was going to wait for the elevator and take a chance.
Yep.
I casually opened the door and closed it behind me, proceeding to walk down the stairs.
I saw that.
After making it down
As soon
about
as I
2
do that,
flights
I
of
was run.
stairs,
Nothing
I
else.
heard the door above me push open
Oh,
aggressively,
wait.
followed by manic,
Let's just
echoing
finish this
footsteps
one up.
coming fast down the stairs. I raced down the stairs, running as fast as I could, all while the footsteps...
It's gonna be the end of the video, because the time limit for my YouTube channel is only 15, so thank you for watching. We'll make another one. Bye.